Salut les amis, aujourd'hui on a rendez-vous à Brooklyn au Bunker Studio. Un studio full analogique avec deux neves, des tonnes de micros à lampe et à ruban. Ils ont également un 24 pistes analogique à bande. Et je vous invite à découvrir les deux ingé-sons maison. Et ils vont vous expliquer comment ils enregistrent dans ce studio, quel genre de groupe ils enregistrent. C'est parti, en avant!
So, as most engineers start their engineering career, I think I was the guy in my band who was most interested in doing this. I always wanted to record my friends' bands and my own bands. I kind of started getting more interested in the engineering side of music, favoring that over actually playing, because I always hated just lugging all of my gear to crappy venues and playing shows to a room full of 5 people. So I kind of got tired of that and felt like this was more my element. So I pursued it. I went to school for it, and actually I had a professor who cut his teeth in New York. As an engineer, he worked at the Looking Glass. So he actually had a connection to this producer named Brian Bender, who worked with artists like Jose James. He worked with a few. He was Russ Elevato's old assistant, so he kind of worked in the same realm of neo soul kind of music. Okay. But I was introduced to him through my professor, Mike Trepigny, who was also from Oklahoma. But yeah, long story short, I just hooked up with Bender and came up here for a summer, interned at his studio, and then after graduation, I've got in contact with him again, and I assisted at his studio for a little bit. And he introduced me to Roberta Finlay from Sear Sound. Mm-hmm. And they took me in for... I worked at Sear for a year and a half. And then from there, I met this guy, Brad Williams, who helped construct this place, actually. I feel like we all kind of have strong suits across the whole spectrum of making records. So, we each kind of specialize in approaches, I guess. I feel like a lot of clients are return clients. So if you happen to, work on a session 5 years ago with somebody and they enjoyed working with you, of course they're going to request you. Or, yeah, I've kind of had all those scenarios where people actually were familiar with the work that I've been a part of, and wanted to work with me because they liked a record I mixed or tracked or all of the above. But also sometimes it's by chance, sometimes it's just whoever is available that day. Yeah, I feel like every engineer here is competent enough that they could they could pick up anybody's session. Yeah, again, it's kind of all of the above, but I feel like I get a lot of work where I'm kind of doing piecemeal kind of projects. So a lot of it is, starting from a live recording, so a live performance that gets edited and overdubbed and edited some more and mixed and then remixed. And we everybody here kind of does the same thing, because we all record a lot of live jazz. We record we get a lot of rock through here. We get a lot of like classical chamber music. New York has such a variety of talent. Yeah, so like if you look up there, we have these partitions that are removable, so you can make there's like 3 rooms that are divided plus a vocal booth in the very back, but you can take the partitions out and kind of make it one big recording space. So that's what we did for the Big Thief video. They were kind of like, the drums were set up here, and then the band was kind of like circled around in the big room, and we had the amps back in this room that we call the rhythm room, just to the right. But the idea was kind of just like, we set up like, I feel like it was like 4 guitar amplifiers and 2 bass amps, and just like the idea was to get it loud and to get a lot of room sound. It's probably this desk here. I feel like everything through this desk kind of gets like this complex mid-range added to it, and it's a little bit like fluffy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It definitely slows down transients for sure.
Yeah,
so
but like analog from Prussian, it's a bit like this.
Yeah,
like this.
The funny thing with that session was, usually we don't mix in this room because it's like mainly used for tracking, but we kind of mix that immediately after they were done with their set. So it was a full analog mix on this desk. They tracked like 5 or 6 tunes, and they gave me like an hour to go through and just get it kind of leveled off and kind of happening. And James, the drummer, who actually, he used to be an engineer here at one point. He came in, gave me a couple of notes, and we did them super quick. We did that mix in less than 2 hours. So we did like 6 songs in 2 hours. But it all came off this console, so it was recorded with the console and also mixed with the consoles. Yeah, the goalie. It's a really nice. This guy in Denmark makes those. It's kind of, I would say it's similar to like a GML EQ.
Yeah.
But it's super clean, and it's pretty subtle. You can boost frequencies pretty high, and it's like pretty tolerable at all frequencies for whatever reason. But yeah, so it's just a mastering EQ.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had that one in this room for very long, but those are pre's. Yeah, those are 2 pre's. They're are one of the guys, Brad Williams, who is actually really good at electronics. He's an amazing guitar player, but he actually is really good with electronics. He built those. Those are all drip kits, but those are Red 47 clones, so like the EMI console. as soon as we got this desk, it was just like, I don't know, everything that goes through this desk sounds so beautiful. And it's so convenient just to have like all the room ties are normaled on the patch bay to the inputs of the console. So you can literally just kind of hit the direct switch and throw a fader up to Unity, and you're kind of like, 60% of the way there. So it's so much easier just to use the desk than it is to patch in an outboard pre. So I almost never use outboard pre's unless I need, like, if it's like a convenience thing, I'll go with the 512s. Like if somebody wants to do like a bass take in the control room, you can just like plug straight into the front. But yeah, for the most part, it's this guy. We have 4 of these guys, the 322-64s. We have 4 of them here in the
that you can assign on each.
You just patch in.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to patch in. It's kind of like outboard gear that's living in a bucket on the console.
Okay, but you use other compression inserts?
Yeah, totally. I favor kind of the LA2A for vocals. A lot of the time I'll do the Very for vocals as well. Depending on what it is and depending how much compression I need.
And for the drums?
Drums, yeah. I mean, if it's a jazz session, I tend to not ever like do too much of anything other than like EQ sometimes. But if it's a rock thing, yeah, I kind of reach for like the distressors for like kick and snare, like kick in, snare top, and the 1178 is one of my favorites to use on drum rooms. So I'll get a pair of Omni mics for the room mics and just squish them with the 1178. It's pretty fantastic because it just like blows it up the room, makes it sound like a bigger space. Yeah, we actually have an in-house master guy named Alex DeTurk who does fantastic work. He's really good. He's worked on a lot of great stuff. But yeah, I mean, if the budget doesn't allow, because some people can't afford his rate, so sometimes it's like a quick and dirty kind of like, oh yeah, I can do a little master for you, which is really just kind of like come in with a fresh pair of ears and maybe do a little EQ and of course do some limiting to get it competitively loud. But I think it's pretty important to have a pair of ears that you trust that is not involved with the production process. Someone that can come to it and give it like a fresh perspective and say, oh wow, like that's a lot of 1K in your mix, maybe we'll notch that out.